Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for Friday. It's a finally Friday, April 19th, 2024. How's everybody doing? Hope you had a good week. Let's get into the weekend with a bang. Please visit thebuckeyecast.com. Check out the video vault. All your favorite Buckeye videos are in there. We're constantly adding new content. So get in there, give it a free trial, get it for 3 days. Give you a little taste, and if you like it, stick around, and we'll just keep adding stuff. You can watch your recruiting highlights, your Ohio State all-time great highlights, condensed games, all the Buckeye content you need. No ads, never an ad, never a single ad. So, all right, we're talking recruiting today. I need to get you some of the latest recruiting updates. We talked about the double boom last Saturday before the spring game. So let's start there and we'll weave our way. I'm trying to stick with 2025 guys. I know we're starting to offer more 2026s, but for now, let's focus on 2025s because they are the priority right now. And our class is about half full, give or take. So let's get into it. So on Saturday of the spring game, you had four-star tight end Nate Roberts announce his commitment just 2 hours before kickoff. Then you had Cody Haddad, the safety. He announced his commitment about 10 minutes after kickoff of Saturday's spring game. So the Buckeyes got 2 new commitments, total of 13 in the class right now. So like I said, you're about halfway there if we're going for 26-ish. So Neither of these commitments was a surprise last week. So Roberts was the unquestionable top target on the tight end board for Keenan Bailey. It was him and everybody else. So Keenan went into Oklahoma and stole Roberts right out from under the Sooners' noses. Nate Roberts does have extended family in the Columbus area, so that helps. And I'm sure it made him feel more comfortable with not just the school, but the area, the city, and all that. So that always helps to have some Ohio ties, which a lot of our recruits do, if you ever noticed. Next, the safety, Cody Haddad. Matt Guerrieri, the safeties coach, made Cody Haddad a priority as soon as he arrived in Columbus and was hired as the safeties coach. Haddad is a football nerd, just like Matt Guerrieri, and they bonded over their love of the game and the intellectual side of the game. Haddad had his whole family with him on Saturday at the spring game. He's not huge into the frills of recruiting and playing the games and stuff, but it comes along with recruiting sometimes, but so that gives Ohio State 2 safeties committed in this class. Now all the focus is going to go into Fahim Delane, Trey McNutt, Jonah Williams, Kanoa Winston, Jaden Hudson. So, and they only have like 2 spots left. They might go up to 5 total, but I think it's more like 4. It's realistic. So, the Buckeyes did lose 1 to the portal, and they're going to lose a few to the NFL after the 2024 season. So that's why you could get up to 5 if you had to. So let's talk O-line now. You got 2 guys that visited this week, and let's give Justin Fry a little breathing room here. There's been a lot of complaining, talk about Justin Fry and his recruiting efforts being lackluster. A lot of people like to bang on him. But last weekend was an example that not all recruiting moves are made public. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean there's nothing happening just because it's not being posted all over Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts or whatever. And you got to remember, most offensive linemen are not looking for attention, like wide receivers, corners, things like that. So that's why you don't see a lot of these visits being posted. That's why you didn't know 2 of the country's best O-line recruits were on campus last weekend. No one talked about it prior to the visits. So you got the 5-star tackle, Douglas Utu. Technically he's a 4, 9'6", 5'3". He's out of Bishop Gorman in Vegas. Yes, home of the Fighting Tathans. He's listed as an interior O lineman, 6'5", 300 pounds, 4-star, like I mentioned, number 66 player in the class, number 2 interior O lineman in the class. So it's got offers from everybody, across the SEC, out in the West Coast. So then you had 4-star Javon McFadden, 6'5", 300 pounds, also listed as an interior guy. He's out of Maryland. He's a 3-star right now, 8'8", 6'8", number 28 interior O lineman, number 436 nationally, number 11 player in the state of Maryland. But he has a bunch of SEC offers too, Georgia, Florida, and I think everybody has a Colorado offer. I think it's standard operating procedure going forward. If we talk about a recruit, just assume they have a Colorado offer, even though Prime has never visited and never will. Sweet strategy you got there, Prime. Anyway, so yeah, you got Utu and McFadden. They came in with zero fanfare. Buckeyes are looking for a plug-and-play offensive lineman, but there are not that many of those guys out there in the recruiting world. So it really helps to have Carter Lowe. He's working on Utu and McFadden. Carter Lowe's also working hard on David Sanders and Avery Gatch. Don't forget those guys. They're highly ranked in the 25 class. So Justin Fry, hey, I think you got to give him a little credit here. He's swinging for the fences. He hopes to land 3 or 4 offensive linemen again in this class. He's had 4 in the last 2 classes each. So he's not focused on secondary backup options yet, no plan B guys just yet. So it's going big. And if you gotta, go a little smaller, a little less big, then those options will be there. Let's talk about linebackers in the 25 class. So the Buckeyes have 2 linebackers committed. Eli Lee from Akron-Hoban and TJ Alford from Vero Beach down in Florida. So you had a couple of guys commit this past week. Elijah Barnes out of Texas. He planned to take an official visit to Ohio State. And then Georgia's Jaden Harmon. Barnes committed to Texas. Harmon committed to Alabama. So probably scratch them off the official visit list. We'll see. Doesn't mean you can't flip them, but it's not likely. So after TJ Alford committed a few weeks ago, Barnes and Harmon were on the short list of the next top targets at linebacker for James Laurinaitis. Then you also got Texas linebacker Riley Pettijohn. He's on the list. And then you got California's Madden Feriamo. He was in town last Friday, a week ago, at practice. He didn't stay for the spring game, just in for practice. He has a solid relationship with James Laurinaitis, but there are some concerns that he and Eli Lee are very similar in their style and the position they're projected at, which is the Mike linebacker. So we'll see if that relationship continues or what. The Buckeyes are looking for a long, twitchy athlete that can play a dominant role off the edge and in pass coverage. So that's a very unique set of skills. That's why Pettijohn, Barnes, and Harmon were all on that short list of priorities. So Laurinaitis is probably going to have to expand his board at linebacker and throw out some more offers in this class. Let's finish up with some running back talk here. So we got more offers going out to running backs. Now, this is interesting to me because these guys are not your typical Ohio State running back, but these guys are big time. They are actually committed. Anthony Turbo Rogers is an Alabama commit. Things are going well with Jordon Davison and Bo Jackson. No worries there. But Coach Locke is continuing to expand this running back board. And so the 2 most recent offers are Anthony Rogers and then DeAndre DeSenior from Florida. Both are under 5'10". That's what caught my eye is these guys are under 5'10". And Ohio State hasn't had these kind of players in a while. Now, it's obvious Coach Locke is looking for a little bit kind of a complementary running back, somebody a little different than your Davison or your Jackson. So let's start with Anthony Rogers here. He's 5'8", 185 out of Montgomery, Alabama. So that's a little in for Coach Locke. They're from the same city originally. He's a high 4-star. Amazing, right, at 5'8". He's a 9'5", 5'4", number 88 player in the class, number 6 running back. It's a ton of offers nationally. He's at IMG now. Okay, he was at IMG in 2023, now has transferred back to Alabama for his senior year. So he's put up some serious yardage here. Put up, 1,100 yards as a freshman? Yeah. What else? 1,600 yards as a sophomore. In 9 games at IMG, he had 300 yards with a 7.7 yards per carry average. So his yardage tapered off a little bit there at IMG, but then you got his track times are insane. As a sophomore, he ran a 100-meter 11.29, and then in the Alabama State qualifier as a freshman, he ran the 100 and 200. He ran a wind-aided 10.77 100 and a wind legal 11.09 and 11.10. So the guy has obviously speed on speed. He's been laser timed at the 40 in 4.48. Is that any good? Yes. So, but again, his size, a little smaller than your typical running back that goes to Ohio State, but they're looking for speed, right? Now, the other guy out of Florida, he's from Delray Beach, DeAndre DeSenior, 4-star, 9.285. He is a number 189 in the class, number 13 running back. He's 5'9", 170. Delray Beach is over there on the East Coast, kind of near south of like Cocoa, I think, and Daytona and all that shit. Anyways, again, another fast dude. He has times of 10.87, 11.01, 11.06 in the 100 meters. And then in the 200, he's got a 23.24. Transferred to American Heritage for his junior year last season. And I'm sure we'll play his senior year there too. As a sophomore, he had over 1,200 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns in 9 games at North Broward Prep. So accumulated some stuff there. But Rogers is a little thicker. The Alabama guy, Turbo is his nickname. He's a little thicker, but since things are still positive with Davison and Jackson, it looks like the Buckeyes are going to sign 3 in this 2025 class. But it has to be the right kind of 3. If you're getting Davison and Jackson, then you got to go for one of these speed backs, complementary style to, kind of switch them up, a little change up action. You lost Dallin Hayden, along with you're going to lose Quinshon Judkins, Trey Henderson to the draft after 2024. So the Buckeyes are going to need to continue to build through the high school ranks and not through the portal. The portal is not a place you want to be typically. So that's it for today's recruiting talk. We will be live today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, YouTube Live. Hope you're there. Not sure what I'm talking about yet, but hope to see you. And don't forget to visit thebuckeyecast.com. I appreciate you. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.